Well, it has been a, oh god, it's hard to breathe in. It has been a hot minute. By minute, like a month. About a month, actually. It's a pretty consistent posting so far, actually. I'm starting to get a little bit more back on the loop. What I'm going to do is give you a summary of my experience at Pathfinder School over winter break. Pathfinder School was very fun, and hopefully preparing you for a Civil Air Patrol encampment, which is coming up in the summer. It'd be nice to give you a kind of debrief on that, too. Basically, what all had happened was I got up at, like, about late 5 in the morning. What was it? It was about 5:40 in the morning. Didn't get the best sleep. It was still okay sleep. I was supposed to get up at, like, 5:20, 5:30, but alarm didn't work, I guess, or Dad was supposed to wake me up, but he didn't. So, woke up, immediately got into my cap uniform, and off to, like, a couple... It was a good drive. It was about a 3-hour drive down there. A little under a 3-hour drive. Maybe it was 2 hours. Something like that drive down to... It was somewhere in Maryland. The Maryland Wing HQ. I don't live in Maryland. I just go there because it's conveniently close. Yeah, the whole thing was hosted at the Maryland Wing headquarters. Very nice establishment. It's built on top of an old Cold War missile silo, so that's really cool to check out. We weren't allowed to go near the missile silos, but it was pretty fun to see. Got there. I remember Dad saying to me when he picked me up was he thought he would have more time to, like, say goodbye or send me off or something. Basically what it was, just drop your stuff here, get signed in, head right into the classroom. That was basically all that happened, yeah. After that, yeah, got pulled into the classroom. Most of day one, and this was a 3-day event. Most of day one was just lectures and classroom work, which is fair. We needed some of that for the field. Day one. We learned about, this is how you treat hot weather injuries. So, like, heat stroke, heat stress, stuff like that. This is how you treat cold weather injuries, early signs of frostbite, or stuff like that. General hazards in the wild. One of the tests on the, we called it your green Bible, or your green book. It was ground team member task ad thing, that you need to have a bunch of stuff filled out in order to get a GTM 3. That's what I was going in for, a GTM 3. Ground team member level 3 is what it's called. It basically defines your capabilities, what kind of missions you can go on, so and so. Oh my god, this thing smells like Agent Orange. Breathe it in. So about lunchtime, I didn't break open. I had this huge, all the stuff I brought, like, and especially all the stuff that you saw me wearing before. One, I had to give that all back to my squadron. I missed that jacket. That's such a good jacket. But I did have to give all that back to my squadron. But that was what I was actually wearing there. I brought all of that gear in, like, on my person, plus a full, like, Air Force camo suitcase filled with just sleeping supplies and such. And then another, like, big couple gallons tub filled with just foodstuffs, which I don't think I actually ate all of it. So about lunchtime, I just had some snacks. I made, like, 3 PB&J sandwiches the night before, just in case I don't want to make a full MRE, just something I can snack on. It was fun. After lunchtime, we still had a couple more courses, but they brought us out because, brought us out of the classroom, like, oh, get in your day gear, we're gonna do some drills with the medic class. They're learning how to do stretchers. We're gonna also learn how to do stretchers. Come outside, you don't have a choice. I shouldn't word it like that. I love being in Civil Air Patrol. It's a good organization. I shouldn't word it like that. Don't want to get kicked out already. But yeah, so we went outside. We met with the people training to be Pathfinder medics. Yeah, they're pretty cool people, and we learned how to carry stretchers, stretcher commands, how we're supposed to pass stuff over obstacles, or hand off to another crew, or get up, get down, stuff like that. While we were doing that, um, and my squadron commander was one of the staff of these events. So squadron commander goes, "Hey, Airman Salty, I'm not gonna use my name. Airman Salty, go take one other cadet with you to find the old World War II fold out stretchers that we have." So I took another kid. This was Airman First Class. I'll just say H. I won't give his full last name. Airman First Class H. I'll probably just call him A1C. I take him with me, and we get the stretchers out of the medics classroom. And as we're exiting the building, we have these things. They're not too heavy, but they're just kind of large. They're long. We had them over our shoulders. And I remind Buddy, because I remembered, because whenever you're outside and inside, have your cover on, take it off. So when you step outside, I put my cover on. I see A1CH still hasn't put his cover on. So I give him the he catches on the hint. He drops the entire stretchers to put his cap on, and then just continues like nothing happened. Absolute dedication from A1C. I'm still friends with him, actually. I got his phone number. He's cool. After that, we did some more general. This is how you find your pacing, and this was more stuff we did outside. This is how you find your paces, based on how many paces you walk 100 feet, how many paces you walk 100 meters. Do this compass course real quick. Everybody had these really bad, like orienteering compasses. It's like a sheet of, what do you call it, like plastic? It's basically plastic, yeah. Like a little square plastic with the compass on it, where you point in the direction you want to go. You maneuver the arrows over where the compass is pointing based on north or south. Stuff like that. I had a better compass from a land navigation kit that I got for Christmas. I haven't gone over everything I've gotten for Christmas. It's fine. I will sometime. But yeah, I had a compass out of a land nav kit I got for Christmas, which was just point and that's your bearing. So I didn't have to do all that with the orienteering compasses. I just had a cool fancy one. God. After that, I think we went inside. I'm pretty sure we did. We got a little brief on just taking care of your direction finding gear. When we got split up into teams for some stuff, we were given actual direction finding gear, which is it's one of two things. It's usually a some kind of handheld radio connected to this big direction finding antenna setup that you have to hold up the radio and then just kind of scan around. Actually, you would be pointing it towards your target. You would scan around for it, or we would just body block with our squad radios. So just put it up to your chest, usually like center of gravity more, and then just hover it around. That's also a way to do it. We just like the DF gear more because it looks cooler. That was me, at least. At the end of the first night, I had one of my MREs. I'm not going to call it an MRE. I'm going to call it a freeze-dried meal. Because these were like the fancy camp MREs that you can get. This one wasn't as good. It was barbecue. It was like buffalo chicken, mac and cheese, something like that. It wasn't that good. I think I still ate all of it, but it was pretty alright. I helped A1CH cook some cook his can of beans over the fire. That was pretty funny. And I should reiterate that we're all sleeping like in the classroom because it's winter. It's like very late December. It's very cold out. We're sleeping in the classroom. We're not going outside for that. God, the Agent Orange in this thing. God. So yep, we're sleeping inside the classroom. getting our stuff set up, and while we're doing that, I have a revelation. We're going out to the state park that we're doing our SARX search and rescue exercise in, and I see that my the gear that I was issued, my Alice bag, it's Vietnam gear. So my mind immediately goes to, sure, it's durable, but it's gonna get wet really fast. So what I do is out of my Alice bag, I pull a one of those big, like, 10-gallon contractor trash bags, and I and A1CH have the amazing idea to just put one all the way over my Alice bag and cut out 2 holes in the back for the straps, and like I'll be set. And that actually worked surprisingly well. Actually, I thought I would get like chewed at for it for not having somewhat uniform gear, because everybody had a little bit different. Like, we had most people just brought like generic hiking backpacks. Some brought like the like modern assault packs. There were 2 kids with like Gulf War, the full Gulf War vest kit. Not this, but like, you know what I mean if you know. I was the only one there with the 1960s Vietnam belt gear in the Alice bag. That was fun. I actually got called out for having an Alice bag by one of the instructors because, like, yeah, it'll carry a lot, but you don't need to carry a lot, and it's going to absolutely kill your back. So I got called out for that. That was fun. Woke up. Oh yeah, when we woke up on the second day, my alarm got everybody up at 6:30 sharp. We were supposed to get up at 6:30 sharp because we had a class of I guess other Pathfinder students. They weren't in our course, the basic course, but we had another class of students coming in at, no, it wasn't 7. Was it 8? Maybe 9? Something like that. But we needed to like get out the door soon. Breakfast I had a PB&J. I didn't want to risk like cooking an MRE for that long. And yeah, we were all ready with our packs at 8 because they said these guys are coming in at 8. We eventually left at 9. I don't know why, but yeah, because nothing ever gets communicated. Why would you think that? Got split up into our we got split up into our squads the night before, but we got to actually meet our squads. I was with I was mostly with kids that were higher ranking than me. Not kids, cadets that were higher ranking than me. Like, there was a chief, a staff sergeant, I think. There was a junior cadet. Still, he might have been a higher rank than me. And then there was Airman Salty bringing up the rear. I was mostly pack horse. I was just carrying stuff. I used the DF a little bit, but I gave it off to another guy because he actually knew what he was doing. It was less he actually knew what he was doing, and more he didn't understand it. He wanted to get a better grasp of it, so I gave it to him. I already knew the DF gear really well because it's basically just radio stuff, and I know how to do radio stuff. If you look at a video from a while ago, intercepting Russian Air Force transmission, that was pretty cool. But yeah, so I knew radio stuff. I handed off to him. That was actually day 3. We're back to day 2. Day 2 was mostly training for the day 3 SARX. Day 2, there wasn't much about it. It was just misty. It was so misty and foggy, and like it rains maybe once. But like that was it. And it wasn't even like a heavy rain. But yeah, bonded with the squad a good amount. I was in squad 2, I think I was in squad 2. Squad 2 had it going pretty good. Or team 2, it was basically a squad, but team 2, we called it team 2. That was yeah, most of the day 2. Oh, I will crash out on the compass course. I was actually crashing out while I was doing the compass course they had set up on day 2, because the last point of it had me going to a start point of the compass course. So how the compass course was working was they would give you a bunch of directions at the start that you would write down, and you would follow these directions And once you think you reach the point that the direction was making you go, you would radio in like Pathfinder base. This is Delta. You were given a call sign. Mine was Delta. Pathfinder base is Delta. Points C is Vader, and they were all like Star Wars names. So they couldn't think of anything else. So you would do that, except the last point on my path was the start point of a different course. So my was hesitantly radioing in Pathfinder base. This is Delta. Last point is reserved parking for handicapped persons only. And apparently that was right. I passed the compass course. That was really stupid, but I did pass the compass course. So, I mean, I'm not that mad. It was just a little. Label it next time, please. I can't really say nothing. I'm an airman, but please label it next time. Lunchtime at base. Well, at the base we had set up in the state park we were at. I still don't remember which one. We got actual MREs, not the freeze-dried camp ones I brought. Actual military MREs. Oh my god. I don't ever want to eat that again. Oh my god. The only maybe redeemable thing about it was like maybe the crackers. The MRE crackers were pretty alright. Each MRE came with like a little bag of Smarties though, so I didn't mind. I got a little bit of Smarties. That and so some of them came with like a juice mix. Like in one of them, I got like a grape flavored drink mix in a little pouch that you're supposed to pour into your drink. I did that. It tasted pretty all right. I already had a bunch of like Propel drink packets that I would just put in my drink, so I didn't really use it that much. Yeah, those MREs. Oh my god. I didn't know the MREs were that bad, so I traded my cheese tortellini MRE for it was a bag of Jack Link's beef jerky. Little did I know the cheese tortellini flavored was the only actually good flavor of MRE. So I traded that away for Jack Link's beef jerky, which actually did get me through the morning on morning 3. The end of day 2, we loaded up back in the vans they brought us in, and we mostly had the rest of the day to just kind of chill out, really. Not really chill out, just prepare ourselves mentally for what was about to come. And day 3 came, my alarm woke everybody up again. I should have changed it, but I didn't. I thought it was a funny bit. It really wasn't. People were mad at me. But I did get everybody up, like, on time, so I did kind of help. Not really. I think everybody still remembers that one kid. Day 3 came, we loaded up in the vans, we were brought back to the state park, and mostly the objective was they put a beacon locator in, they basically just dropped it in a random place in the park, and they kind of split us up into teams. They gave us a path to start on, and they said start looking, and we did. We had to practice radioing command for clues. We found a couple different clues that they had like laid out and set up, where the standard procedure is if you're in like a search line, you'll say halt the line, everybody stops, point out the clue, have the scribe, or technically team assistant or team secretary, will write down what was found, where it was found, when it was found, and then the radio guy will get your base on the line and say we found a clue, and then navigator will provide coordinates, and you'll get that all together. And yeah, it's actually really fun. It was actually really fun now that I think about it. Day 3 especially, that was fun. Most of the day was just hiking through the woods. Sometimes on the trails, but a good amount of the time not on the trails. One of the fun parts was just for a little bit, because we had been walking like almost a mile, probably a lot more than a mile, but definitely been walking more than a mile, and we stopped by the head of a Was it the head of a river? It was certainly by a river. It was by the bend of a river. And just had lunch for like 10 minutes, and it was pretty chill. I pulled out my quick energy stroop waffles. I love stroop waffles, and I didn't know they came in a cat food version, so I bought a couple at Walmart before I came. Everybody was eyeing me up for them, like, squad, chill out, yo. It's not that deep. It's just stroop waffles. Our team was one of the first to find the beacon, I think. I don't really know. There wasn't a lot of communication on who found the beacon. At least not that I heard, because I didn't have a radio. Because I was mostly just carrying more gear, like the DF and other radios and some of the navigation gear. It was alright. That was mostly it. Our group did eventually find it, or at least we sent the DF guy from our group to go recover it, along with one of the senior members. And we went back to the vans, and we had there was a lot of cleaning. There was a lot of cleaning in that classroom. Oh my goodness. So much cleaning in that classroom. That was crazy because we'd all just come back from being out in the field for 9-ish hours, 9-10 hours, and every time we would walk anywhere, we just have to shop vac it up again. Like I was helping the guy with the, oh my god, this one cadet. What was his name? I know his name. What was his rank? Was he a staff sergeant? He was some kind of sergeant. I don't know. He was definitely an NCO. I know his name. Now. I won't disclose it, but I know his name. Let's say Sergeant S was a goober. He kept leaving stuff everywhere. Sergeant S was a funny guy. Was he a sergeant? Oh my god. He might have been higher than that, but yeah. He knows who he is. He was a funny guy. I was helping him with the shop vac. Had to gather up all my potable water that I brought with me because I might have told you this before, and why CAP is awesome and you should join it video. The water on base was non-potable. We could not drink it, so we had to bring our own water from home. That was fun rationing. I did not think I would have enough. I actually had a good amount. I had like about a third of a gallon left over, so it was alright. I shouldn't have worried so much. Still getting flashbacks to those MREs. Goodness gracious, wow. I do keep remembering A1CH kept getting defective MRE heating pads, so I had to give him a couple bites. That was, I don't know how he kept getting the defects. That was pretty funny though. There's someone upstairs. There may not be someone upstairs. There might be someone upstairs. I think we're good. It's just the cat, goddammit. So yeah, we had our whole graduation thing. One of the most weird things about being there was when we were resetting the conference room, which we didn't use, the medics used. The chairs had to be in a specific order, like they were fully color-coded. We had a reference picture that we had to go off of. I think that was more of a test than anything, but like that was weird. Yeah, we had our graduation ceremony. It was late. It was after 5, and we have daylight savings here, so it was dark. Somebody's upstairs. This is stupid. Now we're good. And I remember stopping by a alright, somebody's digging at me. Someone's digging at me. Yeah, they're going back to their room. I hear you. I remember stopping by this weird little convenience store in Maryland just for drinks because I'd been eating MREs for the past 24 hours. I remember the first thing I got out of Pathfinder was a tin of Altoids and a Mexican Coke. Mexican Coca-Cola, that sounds wrong. Mexican Coca-Cola. And yeah, drove off into the sunset. It was fun. I'm looking forward to encampment. That has been my little debrief of my experience at Pathfinder. Hopefully somebody with a brain rot YouTube Shorts channel finds this, clips it together. It'll be funny. That's probably about it.